Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Wonders they say shall never cease to happen. The newest updates out of West Africa are showing a major shift in global politics. In just a few days, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, is flying directly to Accra, Ghana. The official reason for his visit is to attend a high-level meeting about reparation for the transatlantic slave trade. Before we look at the real reasons behind this sudden visit, please take a moment right now to subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscription button and click the notification bell so you never miss an update, and also remember to select all. Please subscribe and join our community, like the video to help encourage people to join us as well. When you look at the surface, the timing of this visit makes no sense. Just 2 months ago, on March 25, 2026, the United Nations passed a historic resolution. It officially declared the transatlantic slave trade as the gravest crime against humanity. This resolution was pushed heavily by Ghana and backed by the African Union. 133 countries voted in favor. Only 3 nations voted against, including the United States. But 52 countries chose to completely abstain. Every single member of the European Union, including France, refused to vote yes. They sat on the fence on a global stage. Yet, less than 2 months after refusing to support the United Nations resolution, Emmanuel Macron is leading a massive French delegation directly to Africa. They are attending a reparation summit built on that exact same text. To understand why this is happening all of a sudden, we have to look past the official speeches. Guilt does not book international flight. Geopolitics does. The truth is that France is acting from a position of extreme weakness, trying to solve a massive crisis that has been building for years. Over the last few years, the old system of French control in Africa has completely collapsed. French troops have been kicked out of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. The young population across the continent is openly rejecting European dominance. For the first time in 80 years, the single most powerful economic tool France holds over West Africa, the CFA franc currency system, is under a threat. Multiple African nations are actively preparing to leave the currency entirely, looking toward Pan-African alternative and expanding their ties with the BRICS alliance. If the CFA franc system collapses, France does not just lose political influence, it loses a financial system that has backed its own economy for nearly a century.
Suggested to President Mahama that Ghana be the first country for a pilot project, and I think he has the vision and the leadership to do that, and I'm sure we'll be working on that together in forthcoming weeks. And this summit is also an opportunity to work on very concrete projects. Now, let's list them very quickly.
Can former colonial powers ever fully repair their crimes? The president of France says it's not possible. Emmanuel Macron just gave a speech marking the 25th anniversary of France adopting a law that recognized slavery as a crime against humanity. Campaigners, though, were hoping that he would use the occasion to announce reparations for Haiti. So why Haiti? During the slave trade, France forcibly relocated around 800,000 Africans to Haiti. The slaves were used to produce sugar, coffee, and other cash crops for the global market. This production made Haiti, known at the time as Saint-Domingue, one of France's most profitable colonies. The slave system in Haiti was notoriously harsh, and the African slaves eventually defeated the French in a violent uprising. That saw Haiti become the first country ever to free itself from slavery. But the story of Haiti's liberation is both triumphant and tragic, because France made Haiti pay for its freedom, and it didn't come cheap. Haiti was forced to compensate French plantation owners for the property they lost when Haiti became independent. That property included the slaves they owned. The French king sent warships and besieged the island, telling Haiti's leaders to agree to the debt or face the consequences. The country of former slaves folded. But because Haiti couldn't afford the ransom, it had to take high-interest loans from a French bank. This effectively became a double debt Haiti only managed to pay after more than 120 years. One academic described it as the greatest heist in history. Past estimates by the Haitian National Committee on Restitution and Reparations suggest the value of the payment today is anywhere between $40 and $140 billion. Today, Haiti is one of the world's poorest nations. Academics and economic experts have long argued that the money France made Haiti pay for its freedom is part of the reason the island nation is poor and underdeveloped. Campaigners say this is why recognition without reparations isn't enough.
One, you do not say sorry with your mouth. Two, not only has Europe benefited in the past, but it continues to benefit from those crimes. This is why the AU framework for reparations is called A Crime Does Not Rot. A crime does not rot, it germinates and sprouts forth. France is the exemplar of this crime germinating and continuing to mutate.
Even though France was the first country to recognize the slave trade as a crime against humanity, it has stopped short of offering compensation. Macron acknowledged there needed to be a discussion about reparations, but warned about making what he called fake promises.
So let's rush on infrastructure, and it's true for AI, it's true for payment system, and I want to commend you for what you do with this Pan-African settlement system. I think it's super smart, and you're right to say that you are leading in terms of mobile payment, and we are very proud for Orange and some companies to be part of this game.
Emmanuel Macron knows that the front door of military and economic control has slammed shut. He is flying to Ghana because he is desperately trying to find a backdoor to win back the people before France is shut out of the continent completely. But there is a much bigger game being played here, and the dots connect directly to the shifting balance of global power. The West is losing Africa to its global rivals, and they are losing fast, while Europe and the United States spent decades treating the continent poorly. Other global players moved in with real investment. China built the railways, ports, and highways. Russia provided security alternatives across the Sahel. The Gulf states are buying agricultural land, and Turkey is building military bases. Western influence is evaporating, and it's happening at the exact moment the global economy is entering a fierce battle over the green energy transition. This transition is a survival race for the world's superpowers, and Africa holds the keys to that future. The continent controls 60% of the world's uncultivated arable land, over half of the global reserves of cobalt, massive deposits of lithium, and enormous gold and oil reserves. These resources are the fuel for the next century, and the West is currently losing the race for access. So, what do you do when you are completely losing the room? You change the conversation. You walk into Accra, offer to return looted artifacts, promise to look at old colonial laws, and say you want to talk about reparation by using the language of repair. Macron is attempting a clever trick. He is trying to change France from a historical colonizer into a modern partner in healing. It is a highly sophisticated strategy to turn reparation into diplomatic currency, trading symbolic apologies for renewed economic access to Africans' vital resources. This brings us to why Ghana was chosen as the specific staging ground for this move. Ghana is one of the most stable democracies in the region, making it the perfect place for the West to showcase a new style of partnership. But more importantly, Ghana has been making bold financial moves in a direct challenge to the dominance of the US dollar. Ghana has been purchasing oil using its own gold reserves. Furthermore, hosting this summit positioned Ghana as the moral and diplomatic center for the entire global South. Ghana holds incredible leverage at this exact moment in history. The danger, however, is how these summits usually end. If this event finishes with nothing, but a beautiful written declaration and a small, slow-moving fund then garners massive moral leverage will have been traded away for a mere photo opportunity. Once an African nation accepts a superficial framework of partnership, the moral pressure point is gone. The historic grievance is erased and replaced by trade agreements that often bury preferential terms for European companies in the fine print. The time is now, and we'll watch, because this time, Africa is wide awoken. And this is not the time for us to allow people to trade our movement, our forwardness for their own interests. We can see through the lines how desperate these people are to get hold of Africa again. Like the Finland president said, in this new world, we either be players or remain pawns because we hold the key to the next future. The choice is in the hands of our leaders, but the youth will also have a role. Do we still continue to be in this, or we fight for that total liberation with the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso? What do you think about Macron's move? We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Europe and in France.